Hey everyone, forgive my croaky voice. I'm kind of ill from my housemate. But yeah, anyway, I just got done finishing watching the True Blood season 5 premiere. Um, I did download it, and I'm not going to provide any links purely because I don't want my account to be compromised or anything. And I do support HBO, but unfortunately, I don't have it here in England. I don't have access to it. And I just wanted to give my thoughts about the premiere, small review kind of thing. Once again, as with my rant about the Tumblr fanbase for True Blood, this is not scripted, this is completely off the wall. This is fresh and hot and, straight out of the oven kind of thing. Also, I'm going to warn you, I'm going to be taking sips from a drink because my throat is really bad and I'm going to be coughing a lot, so anyway, yeah, enjoy. So basically, this review is going to have a lot of spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, then just click away right now. But if you're on Tumblr, no doubt you've been spoiled about 1,000 million pictures already. So basically, the premiere is very, I think, different to other premieres in that, for example, the season 3 premiere was very, the season 3 premiere was very fast paced, had a lot of stories going on in it. The season 4 premiere, I think, honestly, was really boring for me. But this one, it kind of, continued that sort of like storylines from the last season, and it kind of gave you that sense of, curiosity about what's going to happen. And it brought to light, main characters, and these main characters are, of course, Sookie, Tara, Eric, Bill, Palm, Lafayette, and some other and Sam, and some other individuals. Terry as well. Terry also became. It seems like he's going to become a big character kind of thing. So obviously, let's start off with Sookie. That's the biggest storyline, I guess. We leave off where Debbie attacks, or threatens to kill her last season, and basically Sookie kills her, not out of self-defense, which was interesting. And it's actually explained. Sookie's given that kind of like, she's not made it to be a perfect person or a heroine, because she admits, I wanted to kill this woman, and I did. It was a moment of evil, and I killed her, and that's why I don't want to ring the police, because I know I'm going to get punished for my evil. So for me, even though I'm not a big fan of Sookie in terms of relationships or anything like that, I do think it was good of her to have a more real, visceral side, which a lot of people can relate to. Because of course she's not, this rose-tinted woman who everyone, I think, for me personally, can put themselves, project themselves onto, because she has no personality. I think Sookie's got a very strong presence, but for me it's just an annoying presence. So yeah. But yeah, so we have Tara, who gets shot by, who dives in to save Sookie from Debbie or whatever. Debbie gets killed. Tara's lying like dead on the floor, and then she's screaming for help from whoever. And the opening scene was kind of weird, because I thought it'd be a very high emotion, very passionate. I thought Sookie would be crying, but it seemed a bit of weird banter going on between her, Lafayette, and Palm. And I was like, really, this is a kind of bit of for Palm, who's very sardonic, sarcastic. I expected this, but from Sookie, it was kind of like whatever. Anyway, so, Pam feeds Tara her blood, and they go underground, and it was great to see Pam, kind of taking one for the team kind of thing. And you really see Pam, despite her kind of very not ice cold, very sneering exterior, which is, I love Pam for that, by the way. You see that she's, very much in pain because of this whole Eric thing, and that's obviously that's going to be highlighted on in further episodes. So yeah, they go to ground, whatever, and it's just this whole thing with Sookie, whether Tara's gonna awake, if she's gonna be a vampire, if it's too late to save her. And tangentially, you have Lafayette's story with Jesus, who obviously he killed because he was possessed by Marnie last season, the witch. And for me, I think Lafayette really shone, because Lafayette's the kind of character who's, he's very sassy. He's kind of like the stereotypical gay black man kind of thing. But I really felt his pain, and I really, really wanted to kind of hug him and comfort him. because I know how that pain of losing someone, I know how that feels, and I really, really just felt for him. My heart went out to him. So yeah. And then, of course, we have Bill and Eric. This whole thing between Bill and Eric, this bromance, I'm not feeling it. I really don't know where it comes from. I mean, maybe it's just them clubbing together because Sookie rejected both of them, but I don't see why that would bring them together, if you see what I mean, especially considering Eric isn't a fan of Bill being the king of Louisiana. So I was like, whatever on that, but I kind of feel like I'm kind of going off Eric, because to be honest, I think he's been very much pussified, and I don't like to use that word, I don't want to offend people, but I think he's been pussified. Whereas in seasons 1, seasons 2, even season 3, he was very much a hard nut, and they seem to have forgotten the pain and kind of rage that was left behind by Godric. But, I'm glad that Godric was mentioned in this episode, with Nora, his sister, who came to save him, kind of thing. And what annoyed me is that they didn't touch on Godric's loss, they didn't mourn together, they just seemed to have sex, and that I thought was kind of disrespectful, considering season 2 highlighted how much Godric really did mean to Eric. And obviously we have flashbacks of Godric in season 3 and season 4, and no doubt we'll have them this season, I suspect. So yeah, I was kind of annoyed at that. But, well, the sex scene was hot, whatever, but I'm not really feeling the Eric and Nora thing. I mean, I don't really have an opinion on Nora. She's like, yeah, she's a cool vampire, whatever, there's nothing more to her for me. Not yet, at least. And then you have Jessica. For me, when Jessica was first created, I liked her because she seemed very relatable. The kind of like, the girl who was never very confident, the girl who was oppressed by her parents, the girl who never had that virtue of self-liberty, of expression. And now she just seemed... I think they lost their way with her because she's not that person anymore. She's turned, honestly, she goes and sleeps around, is very promiscuous, and okay, if she wants to do that, that's perfectly fine. If she wants to do that, that's perfectly fine. But they just seem to completely take her down this path, and there's really no not even redemption. There's no backtracking inside of her. I think she needs to get more in touch with her roots and realise that she needs to be more responsible. But I think she's enjoying being in the limelight, being the popular one, because obviously she had that party and they were all like, yeah, you're a vampire, that's really cool. This whole Jason thing, I really don't think they're good together at all. I mean, Jessica's immature, Jason's immature, yeah, they're both good looking, but they have as much validity really as Sookie and Eric. I mean, it's just sex, there's no chemistry there, it's just sex, that's it. I mean, it's like Bella and Edward, it's just looks, it's just sex, it's just attraction, there's nothing there between them really. And it's really unfortunate that HBO and True Blood seems to capitalise on this whole, dark, sexy, vampire human romance thing. But for me, it doesn't really do anything, doesn't really bring anything out in the characters. It's very generic and it's boring to me now. And then you have this thing with Steve Newlin. I love Steve Newlin, but honestly, I was very disappointed that they went down the path that he was in love with Jason. I mean, for me, that was very disappointing. I really wanted him to be a sort of the asshole that he was back in season 2, I think. And I wanted him to not really let Jason off. I mean, it was kind of weird that he'd want to that he'd hypnotise Jason just to tell him that he loved him, and that was just, for me, that's completely out of character. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. I hope he's back more. I mean, I do like his character. I mean, he's funny now that he's a vampire. It's the comedic effect kind of thing, but it's... Sorry, someone's parking outside. It didn't really do anything for me. So I hope they kind of do whatever with that. And I'd like to see what happened to Sarah Newlin. I can't remember. I don't know what happened to her. I can't remember if anything happened to her, but whatever. Yeah, and then we have the likes of I can't remember who else was there. Terry. This storyline with Terry, I feel like they're kind of pushing Terry forwards a bit more, but for me, it's not exciting. I mean, it's different, it's kind of smaller story, more relaxed, more calm, but there's nothing really positive. Well, he's a nice guy, and you do feel for him and everything like that, and you know that he's a scarred war veteran and a war hero, but it's so sad for me to have them to turn him into this character who has all these anger issues, all these anger problems kind of thing. I thought personally that he's far better as a gentle war hero who's in need of rehabilitation, but he's not violent, he doesn't have anger streaks. Obviously it's very common for, people who've been in the army, the marines, whatever, to have all these, like, not defects, they have all these horrible memories when they come back out, but I don't think they're dealing with it in a good way. Obviously it's only the first episode, so some stuff's probably going to happen. Hopefully Terry's going to get back, because he's got a really sweet heart, and he's one of my favourite characters. The whole thing with the sheriff and Andy Belfleur, that bores me. He's a very minor character, there's nothing really there, it's not exciting, the story never really goes anywhere, and yeah, it's just whatever. Oh, on just thinking of the Belfleurs, now I think of Arlene. I really hope this whole thing with Renee comes back, and that's explained right, because Renee was a cool character, and obviously it's a kickback, it's a throwback to the first season, which, while it's not my favourite season, it was, Renee was this whole bad guy, sexy, psychopath, and I think he was kind of the origin, the starting point for what True Blood really is in essence in terms of bad guys. So yeah, and then we have, I'm sure we have someone else. I was thinking of somebody else. Oh yeah, this whole thing when that guy went to see Terry saying, yeah, all these fires, I wasn't interested. Well, it wasn't like I wasn't interested, but it didn't really capture me or anything like that, so I don't know. I think it's just filler content. And then of course we have Sam. He's this whole thing with Luna, this whole thing with Alcide. Basically, I think Alcide killed, or was it Sam who killed the werewolf pack leader? I can't remember. And basically, the werewolf pack are looking for him, saying, where is he? Where's his body? You killed him. And they use Sam's girlfriend Luna and her daughter Emma as leverage kind of thing to get what they want out of Sam. And when that woman came in, I thought, oh, are you serious? This is like such a generic casting for, like, this drunken hick. I don't mean to be rude or a racist or anything like that, but this drunken hick who was a werewolf, who was very gritty, who didn't really have any other she just seemed to be the generic werewolf character that True Blood has built for itself, and I wasn't really into it. But maybe I don't think she's going to be a main character or anything like that. I think she's going to be a mini villain for Sam. But yeah, I hope things get better for Sam. He does deserve better things. He's been through an awful lot, but you know what? This is True Blood. He's probably going to go through hell and back at least 10 more times. So yeah. So I'm excited to see where everything goes. I mean, the ending was wonderful. I'm so happy that Tara finally got turned into a vampire. I was speculating, everyone knew it was going to happen, and you know what? All the Tara haters out there, F you. I think she's a wonderful character. She's funny, she's real, she gives Suki a reality check, and you know what? Things she's been through, she deserves to act the way she does. And if you whine that she's too, complaining because her boyfriend got killed and stuff like that, she was there to witness it, then you know what? You really need to get out in the real world and feel that pain for yourself, because her reactions were totally justified. So yeah. So I'm very happy for Tara. I'm excited to see what happens with her, with all the vampire stuff, with Eric. Hopefully, Godric's going to be mentioned. Hopefully, obviously the storyline's going to blossom out and flesh out into something bigger. There's going to be a plot, conspiracy, whatever. I really can't remember what happens in book 5, but obviously they bring content from other books in just to beef things up. So yeah. So that was my review, my very quick on the fly, meandering review of True Blood Season 5 Episode 1, which is called Turn, Turn, Turn. So I hope you guys like this. Give your thoughts, obviously. Just give your thoughts and stuff like that. I hope you liked it. And go and watch it, or if you have HBO, or just find some other way of watching it. It was really good. So yeah, see you later.